great effort defensively.
Here's Brown again. Through the second level at the 40. And he gets it forward to the 43-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll run again with Brown. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Chiefs in a nickel set for this 3rd down call.
Here we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
11 MT, 11 MT.
4th down, Burrow. He's trying to push the field. Toward Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson. And the Chiefs get the football on the first turnover of the contest. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Looking for the back that time. So it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
2nd and 10 now. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts are so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes.
Oh, that dude.
Pushes that one, and it's intercepted. Geno Stone picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get the football inside the enemy 40. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Brown on the inside give, and he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Third down pass didn't work, with the offense staying out there on fourth. Trying for it with Burrow. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. That big fourth down call is how we close out our first quarter. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They're looking at first down here. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow from the gun. Touchdown, Cincinnati! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Nicole Hardman now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet. That explosiveness to chase and play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Rice. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down the completion. That's just not the right throw to making that spot to move the chains.
Lengthy 4th down try here. They need 6. They're going for it with Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. And it's the Chiefs looking at 1st and 10.
No.
Again, Mahomes to throw. He put everything he had into this one. They connect on the deep shot. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right? Yeah, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline. Don't get pushed to the boundary.
Drop it in the basket,
Throw it up. You can
drop the eggs in the basket, man.
Harrison Butker for the point after.
To the basket.
And he does not tie this game. His extra points off. They remain down by 1.
That's
They
a high
trim
school.
back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. There's reserve.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow.
Okay.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Fine, ready? Let's get set.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
Here we go.
Working quickly here.
La 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 la.
12.
3rd and long. Here's Burrow. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll
head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Looking to throw, Burrow. This finds home, complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And he works this to the 38 before going down. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Starting at the 10. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
No.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
You're moving too much. You're moving too much.
They send the tight end in motion. Kelsey's got it right side. Continuing to move past the 35. 35 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return and a punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they beat him to